Give me a waiver. Try and get one off my friends list. There we go. Still in the suit, chat, no matter how useless this suit may be. In short, no matter how you slice it, this is premeditated murder. There's no deep motive here. The only forces at work are grudges, money, and jealousy. There may be a few tricks, but they're trivial. Still, they're beyond any detective. But now they're failing. I've given up on about... Oh, I didn't think that it was Moriarty monologuing. I've given up on about half my calculations, leaving only a slapdash bet where the odds are against us. I swore to myself that this plan I came up with would never let me do that. And yet I did it. And all because I wanted to beat him. And down goes the Avenger. We may only have to wait for the magical bullet to get here now, but that doesn't mean we can just sit around. So why are you so relaxed? Is the bullet already on its way? It's not coming here. Not yet, anyway. So now that the Avenger has been defeated, you and I are the only ones who can protect the barrel. I'll do my job, not to worry. Luckily, this tower is easy to protect, and real tough to attack. I see. But that doesn't mean we can just stay holed up in here doing nothing. I'll go prepare an ambush outside. If it works out, we'll be able to lure them into a pincer attack at the base of the tower and catch them in the crossfire. Sherlock Holmes would see through something like that in an instant. The battlefield's just the kind of place where detective and mastermind logic falls apart. There's no time for cold deduction there, only chaos and fervor. The chaos of battle leaves no room for calculations, and that kind of fervor rips theory to shreds. The battlefield's where the lowest of life forms can easily destroy the highest form of art. I see. Well, do as you see fit. I won't be of much use when it comes to practical tactics anyway. A seasoned mercenary like you would be far better suited to come up with ideas. Don't worry. I'll make sure they suffer. Black Emiya who crafts guns? It is supposed to be an Emiya who lost faith in the world and has done nothing but become cold-blooded killing machine. He's supposed to be darker colored too because he overuses his magic circuits, but they censored his color, his coloration. So instead of looking like a dark-skinned black guy, he now looks like a light-skinned black guy. Instead of looking like Emiya. Because they dropped the ball, I guess. Get to your positions. Suit up for heavy combat. Use anti-demonic beast gear if you have to. But aren't we only going up against servants? Believe me, I know what we're going up against better than most. Anti-servant gear's not gonna cut it. We'll be much better off with the anti-demonic beast gear's sheer explosive power. Use the tungsten alloy armor-piercing ammo. It's cursed, so it should be pretty effective against them. Keep up a steady stream of gunfire and pin them down. Yes, sir. Even if you all make it this far, that servant will utterly destroy you. If Joan Alter is like a human carpet bombing, The Altered King of Knights is akin to an artillery cannon. Although, given that she's using that toy to get around, perhaps I should call her a giant high-speed mobile artillery platform. Ugh, it's always something. Still, it's almost over now. It doesn't matter how bloody things get. As long as everything's consistent, that's what counts. What a fool the Master of Caldia is to willingly meet his end here after saving the world. He may think he can save this place, but he's wrong. All he can do now is die a miserable death. Nobody had a problem with Darius III. He was presented kind of more as a demonic king in a way, which is why his pure jet black skin and green fire insides didn't offend anyone. Well done, Kaval II. It was all thanks to you that we were victorious. As a reward, you shall have better dog food than normal. Feel free to return to your original guard post at the stronghold. You've earned it. Feels like Kaval II's more important than me. How astute of you, Master. Indeed, I think of Kaval II as my personal hunting dog. Or, rather, as descended from one. So she's got her own headcanon for him. Essentially, I consider him one of my loyal knights, and am willing to dub him appropriately. Which means that in my court, he does indeed rank slightly above you. Allow me to rub your shoulders, Sir Kaval II. He says it is most agreeable. At least I believe he does. We're back, Mr. Thor, Ms. Artoria. Hi. Papa's home! Come home and give me a big kiss on the cheek. Papa, you stink. Ah! That hit way harder than I thought. Are you all right, Mr. Moriarty? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Curse this despicable old man smell of mine. But really, Master, you could stand to mince your words a bit when it comes to people's feelings. Oh, don't give me that look, young Sherlock. You're lucky your prime was in the peak of your youth. Ahem. Getting back on track. We have now defeated the Berserker, the Assassin, and the Avenger. That leaves the Archer of Shinjuku, Evil Moriarty, and the altered version of Emiya, the nameless heroic spirit. I have also learned that the latter is standing guard in front of the barrel, along with about 200 or so Hornets. 200? However, I can assure you that time is most definitely not on our side. With the Phantom Spirit Der Frischutz at his disposal, Moriarty can even control meteors. We don't know when a meteor will be loaded and fired, but we do know we can't afford to wait until that happens. Well, hang on. Meteors almost never enter Earth's atmosphere to begin with. I looked it up, and the only meteor that fell to Japan in 1999 was in Kobe. And it was tiny, barely weighing 136 grams in total. Hardly anything approaching an apocalyptic scale. You are quite right, Ms. Da Vinci. He stumbled. Don't worry about it, Holmes. Call me whatever you like. However, there is one thing I've come to understand after seeing our Moriarty in action. Huh? You mean me? I do. When you use that coffin of yours, you don't actually do much in the way of aiming, do you? I sure don't. I fire and it hits. I'm confident it would work even if I were facing away from my target entirely. I don't have many memories of firing a gun when I was alive, so I'm surprised it works so well. I imagine it would be much the same whether you were using bullets or missiles. Furthermore, evil Moriarty likely possesses the same power, only with greater potency. A truly frightening prospect. With such power, he could likely use any media visible from Earth in 1999 for his magical bullet.
What?
Are you lying? Seriously? Is it just me, or did you all hear that sound like a great serpent creeping ever closer? What's more, there was indeed an asteroid observed in 1999. The one called Bennu, a B-type asteroid measuring an average of 500 meters in diameter. Analysis shows that it will approach Earth a number of times over the next 200 years. I believe this is the asteroid that Evil Moriarty is designated to be his bullet.
Is that even possible? I mean, the whole reason phantom spirits can never be servants is because they lack the spirit origin values to ascend to being a heroic spirit.
Yes, if one were to evaluate phantom spirits by strength alone, they'd be quite unimpressive. In terms of potency, they would even underperform a literary caster who did nothing but pen stories. For real! There's that serpent again, and it's even closer this time. I am quite serious. After all, even if they were to be summoned, they wouldn't possess a body. And because they lack a body, they're unable to do anything. Regardless of how much magical energy you provide them, they have no means of storing it. You could think of each of them as a vase with a hole. However, this hole is on the side of the vase, not the bottom, so it is able to hold some energy. For an experienced mage, I imagine this would pose no issue at all. All that said, even having said all of that, we servants still have quite the trump card to play, no matter how weak we might be, and that still holds true for phantom spirits.
Noble phantasms!
Exactly. Where such things are concerned, there is little difference between a phantom spirit and a heroic one. The reason is simple. Noble phantasms are based off of stories, legends, and objects that truly existed. When such things become a noble phantasm, their power might be reduced, or in rare cases, even enhanced. Of course, when a phantom spirit is summoned, the power of their noble phantasm likely decays considerably. Not that a phantasm could use one anyway. However, the concept of a noble phantasm remains the same. In short, with enough magical energy, a noble phantasm can form. So by fusing a heroic spirit and a phantom spirit to raise the value of the spirit origin,
even an object in space can be made into a bullet.
Not to worry, my dear Da Vinci. This Shinjuku is the only place where such a thing is possible. Ordinarily, fusing phantom and heroic spirits together, or even two phantoms, is nigh impossible.
Hey, that's it! That's the key! I remember we combed through Caldia's servers to pull up all the details on phantom spirits. But just like how heroic spirits can't fuse, neither can phantom spirits. It should be impossible. Or rather, no one would ever think to do so. So who actually went and did such a thing?
I'm afraid the time is not yet right to tell you that. We should avoid speculation. Or rather, to be precise, we should focus on the more immediate problem at hand. As I was just saying, Emiya Alter and 200 Hornets are standing guard outside the barrel. Here's a digital snapshot I took. I'll send it to Caldia so you can fix it up.
How's this? I laid it out on a table view to make it easier. I took my best guess at marking off how many enemies there are and, what weapons they're carrying. They're using mass-produced firearms, so as long as we can partially see them, we can manage. It appears to be a bog-standard formation, but an effective one. Looks like they're armed with weapons typically used for targeting down large demonic beasts. They're clearly aiming for me, which means that I'll be unable to use Cuirassier Altar to charge in and cause a disturbance. While attacking them straight on may be a safe option, it would also take a lot of time. All we have in the way of fighters are myself and Moriarty. Holmes will be of no help here.
My apologies, I am but a humble detective after all. That doesn't seem to be slowing down your rival slash mathematician slash hunter.
And there's another problem. A royal guard should keep their defenses as tight as possible, and be prepared to move quickly to cover any gaps that may appear in them. Given who we are up against, it would be all but impossible to sow chaos amongst their ranks with our numbers. Besides, he expects us to charge in. If only there was something we could do that no one could see coming. They'll never see it coming. Oh. Mash? What is it, Mash Kyrie Light? That O certainly sounds as though you have an idea. Not at all. No ideas here. No siree.
Come on, Mash.
It's nothing, really. Please, don't give it another thought, Senpai.
Mash is such a weird name. It's Mashu in Japanese, and it's supposed to be similar to Matthew. It's supposed to sound like a name that a knight would have.
Answer the question, Mash. If you don't, I'll turn you into mashed Kyrie Light. Well... I just happened to remember Arash. Arash? Did you mean Arash Kamangir, the hero of the East?
What about him?
I'm sorry, Senpai. When Artoria mentioned breaking through the formation in a unique way, I couldn't help but remember.
I don't believe we know that one. What in the world happened? Ah, that time.
My, it must be quite a good plan if it can make Master Blanche. Tell us more about it, Mash.
Spade 1, all clear. I've completed patrol of Point Alpha and am returning to base. Club 2, all clear. Nothing up here on the roof. Diamond 4 here. I could just make out the sign of a motorcycle engine. Let me hear it. They're here. Keep your ears open for any other motorcycle sounds. For a legendary king, I'm disappointed this is the best strategy she could come up with. A one-way ticket to hell. Fire! Release the net! So they resorted to an all-or-nothing gamble. How boring. All hands, keep watching the perimeter. I'll confirm their disappearance myself. Guards, come with me. I knew it. That's the king's motorcycle. Now let's see how her spirit origin is doing. She's still here. It's a decoy! Remain on the alert! Huh? I'm detecting a servant close by. Is it Saber? Above!
Too slow. Archer!
I'm surprised to see you and your master drop in like this. How did you do it? If any command spell backup had flown in here, we would have noticed its energy and wiped it out.
Indeed, which is why we didn't come here via mana burst or command spell. We flew here, literally. I like this. Please, spare me. Alright, that should do it.
Oh, sorry, Moriarty. Alright, that should do it. What do you think, Da Vinci?
Looking good. I created the plans according to Mash's specifications and modified them to fire without Arash's bow and arrow. It was a little tricky constructing it entirely out of materials found in Shinjuku on short notice. But genius that I am, I knew I could do it.
Of course. We were the ones who did all the work.
You're a math professor, right? How can you have so much trouble cutting a straight piece of iron?
Maybe it's because I'm a math professor. At any rate, the Da Vinci modified Moriarty Flyer was a complete success.
I believe you mean Da Vinci Flyer. I have a patent on it, you know. A patent!
So this is why the rich get richer.
What in the world are they arguing about?
Well, no matter. As I explained earlier, Master and Artoria will take this over to... Master? I'm out of here.
Forget it. You cannot escape me. We're doing this no matter what. Don't worry, I personally guarantee the flyer's safety. Red, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay with Artoria protecting you. Probably. Worry not, Master. I am your sword and your shield. I shall remove any and all threats in our path. Now get on. We're going to fly this thing to the moon. No! Help! You whine like a cat forced to take a bath. Come on, get closer.
Get on, nerd. We're flying to the moon. At least we get to hold on to Artoria again. You gotta take small victories where you can. Okay, once I pull this lever, whoosh, you'll be off.
Got it. Now hurry up and get ready, Master.
Alright, you're all good to go.
Are you all set, Mr. Holmes?
Not really, if I'm being honest, but I'll make do. It's a bit hard being a non-combatant. But not to worry, I promise I'll be there at the appointed time.
Good. Now, let's head to the final battlefield. Isn't there another way?
Time to Felix Baumgartner it. However, that doesn't change the fact that you've dived straight into your enemy's camp.
That's true, but once I cut you down, my role will be complete.
What?
Ready your weapons, Archer. I won't ask you for a fair fight. Feel free to use as many as you like.
Why, you little... Maybe the player has gotten used to the falling out of the sky. I kind of doubt that. Hey, Hadasu. Thank you very much for the 11-month resub, by the way. Appreciate it. Very nice of you.
いいとも。
Don't you cheer hunt at me.
それ。
罠
邪魔。
むごたらしく絶命しろ。
お任せ。夢のように片付けよう。お任せ。夢のように片付けよう。
ロッキュー。ロッキュー。
Time to rock you.
私の歌声聞きたいのね。任せて。サーバント界最大のヒットナンバーを縄取り LJ ベト。
You didn't think they'd actually toss 200 enemies at you? Ha! Naive.
罠
邪魔。
むごたらしく絶命しろ。
Left when Gibraltar got her costume? Stuff and things happened. You'll have to check the VOD.
王の話をするとしよ
あ、任せて。
う。王の話をするとしよう。
いや。
星の宇宙に物見のウテナ、楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のみ通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened, so I can't super quickly summarize it. How's my day treating me? Just fine.
お任せ。夢のように片付けよう。
And how are you?
オッケー。任せて。邪魔。
Fighting Kiara and JP?
The bone of my soul. As I pray, limp.
ドラゴン戦士になっちゃう。
I am the bone of my gun. So as I pray, unlimited bullet works.
つまらん。
オッケ
いいとも。
罠
ー。邪魔。
どうかな。
What do you mean looks like an MP gain? I went from 96% to 80%. It was a big NP loss.
物理で
王の話をするとしよ
任せて。
これぞ大軍師の究極陣地。帰らずの
True, the gun is a gun sword.
う。星の宇宙に
He is pulling a Final Fantasy
楽
VIII.
園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のみ通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
いや。
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
私の歌オッケー。サーバント界最大のヒットナンバーを縄取り LJ ベト。
Where were you, True Blitz Kaiser? He literally just NP'd us a second ago.
それ。
ご苦労様。じゃあ次に行こう。
Truthfully, chat, since I could do like a double Merlin setup, I could kill all 200 of them. I could kill every single one of his hornets easily enough. That would take a long time, so you know. What's that?
Oh, I should have known you would notice, Archer. I see your eyes are as sharp as ever.
Captain, we're being attacked by wild coloraturas. So that's what Sherlock Holmes has been up to.
That was cutting it far too close, but it appears it was well worth it. Take that!
Uh-oh, the coloraturas have started targeting us. Damn it. Without Berserker around, there's no one left to control them. What are you waiting for? Take them out! Yes, sir. Huh. That sound.
Well done, Moriarty.
Captain, there's too many for us. What do we do? Get a hold of yourself. Take care of the smoke cloud and take each one out. Aim for their legs.
Captain, behind you!
There's nothing there.
Oh, my apologies, sir. I was mistaken.
Is that so?
Oh, easy there, Elliot. Not so rough.
I may not be as good as some, but every evil mastermind needs at least some facility with disguises. Of course, in my case, I had to resort to help from Holmes, but never mind that. The good Moriarty, eh? You should have stayed put like the trash you are. Or is it actually you? I beg your pardon? Well, never mind that. You want to see the Archer of Shinjuku, huh? Go on, then. He already knew this was coming no matter what I did. Have fun running around the barrel. Very well, then. I'll go do just that. Nothing like crushing one's own dreams oneself, after all. Damn.
To me IRL for me IRL.
Shut up. You handle this area. I'll go after them.
Yes, sir.
We can't have any of them escaping. Once I go in, blow up the entryway to seal it.
Yes, sir. But what about the tower's internal defenses?
No one else is going to do us any good in there. Or are you volunteering to be a meat shield?
Understood, sir.
There's no telling what might happen if you small-timers interfere. You can all die here along with the puppets. Alright, the end of the world is almost here. It's all or nothing now.
We're almost at the end, chat.
We're almost at the end.
There we go, that's better. What's the quartz stack? Oh, you mean this? This thing on them that says plus 100%? That's bond points up. Evil heroes in this particular singularity event gain 100% more bond points when you use them. I'm picking up lots of enemies throughout the tower. Hornets, coloraturas, and even super chimeras.
Heh, that sort of thing isn't even going to slow us down anymore.
On the contrary, if we let our guard down, we could die very easily. Remember the difference in numbers.
I know that.
Here we go, Master. We're about to climb the tower. I trust you're ready.
I got this. How reassuring. By the way, Artoria, I should remind you that Thor is my chum, so I'd appreciate you letting go of him.
Nope. We get to hug Artoria.
Ushiyuki.
一気火星
の
に
時間
畳みかける
だね。
素晴らしい。世界は破滅に満ちている。
Ah, perfect. I timed it right.
水教よな。苦労である。
I almost want to use Moriarty anytime I can just to make him NP over and over again.
つまんない連中だな。他にやることないの？
気に食わぬ。本気でね、効果。
You sure did miss a cross-dressing ballroom scene.
了はい、了承。
You should feel very disappointed in yourself.
くらえ。真を貫く。
X-Alter Spats, that's right. AKA her best outfit.
よし。
No other outfit can compare.
無駄だ。罠だ。罠だ。簡単すぎるんだよ。
You had an exam to sit through? Nice excuses.
じゃあこういうのどうだ？
これでいい。本気でね、効果。このと了承、それで。
Guessing we didn't get the JP line switching? What, you mean for the... what gender you are? Of course you did.
素粒子に帰る。クロスカリバー。沈め。真を貫く。
No, for the new servants? Oh, you mean being able to choose what NP line they do? No. Definitely not.
これでいい。真なる鬼の姿。水教しかり。
Time for big banana crits.
戻りし2の右腕は怪異となった。羅生門大演技。苦労である。
じゃあこういうのどうだ？
しかり。はい。水教よな。
Stop bullying my banana. Why does everybody do that? Why must they bully the banana? She didn't do anything ever to hurt anyone. She is pure and innocent.
いいの。
これぞ大軍師の究極陣地。マイナスの陣。罠だ。
どう？さあどうだ。
Look, chat, the dragon trait buff coming in handy. That never happens, though.
それではいくらえそれで了承
これでも勝ちは勝ちだよな。
Be easily be bribed with sweets. It depends on what you want her to do. Mid-lower level of the tower. Alright. You want her to bite it off, Trublitz Kaiser. Okay. I mean, weird flex, but okay. I'm detecting a servant behind you. It's definitely Emiya Alter. I can tell from its spirit origin pattern. Damn, the archer. I'll hold him off. You two keep going. Hang on. He's not moving at all.
What's going on?
I'm not totally sure why, but I recommend you keep going straight up the barrel.
Well, let's keep going. We certainly don't want to find ourselves surrounded.
Here comes the next group of enemies. They seem to have a similar spirit origin to the King Lear's.
Wait, what? Something like a King Lear here, in this narrow tower? Yeah, fine. We'll just have to fight them as carefully as we can. Come, Master, let us see this through.
It matters not who we face. Our task remains the same.
I am Macbeth. Before me none can stand. And yet tomorrow and tomorrow I am doomed to see the way to dusty death.
It calls itself Macbeth, and it's obviously very confused. Still, he may be the same type as a King Lear. Be careful, Master. He can't be invincible all the time. Good luck.
That's Rama? Nah, man, that's Macbeth. Didn't you see? See, look, it says Macbeth right up on his name.
おい今
王
まだ
の契約だ
体笑ってる
じゃあこういうのはどうだ。じゃあこういうのはどうだ。じゃあこういうのはどうだ。
気に食わぬ行きますこれでいい気に食わぬ
Alright, now that we've cast 20 spells,
真なる鬼の姿
that's unfortunate. They all went to the quick card. Bad luck.
戻りし2の右腕は怪異となった羅生門大演技食らうてやる
ビシュムの加護
パーパーこれでいい
行くぞ。よ
それで
し罠だ罠だ。
食らえ
うわうわ。
It is now time for Macbeth to be gone.
それでこの時を待っていましたそれで沈め
The power of the Sith compels you.
オルトリアクター臨界突破。我が暗黒の攻防で素粒子に帰る。クロスジョカリバー。真の貫く。やはり両辱は
Some immortal. Wasn't Macbeth supposed to be immortal? Silly, silly game. There's no such thing as immortality. Only death. Hey, thanks for the follow, Carpoos Baba 444. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy the show and thank you for the support. Mortals die when they are killed? Exactly, see? Evil sabers? I don't own a single evil saber. Huh, what do you know? Don't that just beat all? Well, he wasn't exactly weak, but overall rather unimpressive.
Between old McBee and the star-crossed lovers, it sure feels like they're cranking these things out. It may have been difficult to get Macbeth just right, since he actually existed and could have appeared as a heroic spirit.
Lucky for us that Shakespeare guy is such a hack. Elizabeth doesn't count as an evil saber? Well, of course not. She's the great hero, Ellie-chan.
はあ、もう帰りたい。
In fact, if anything, by now, Lancer Elizabeth, after going through her changes through Triple C, should probably not even necessarily count as evil. But she does, so...
こういうのどうだ。じゃあこういうのどうだ。つまん連中だな。他にやることないの。
本気の有効か。これでいい。ほう、水球よな。戻りし2の右腕は怪異となった。羅生門大演技。
Saber Elizabeth, I believe, is chaotic good instead of chaotic evil. I'm sure of the chaotic part. She could also be chaotic neutral, but I would expect her to be chaotic good.
本気の有効か。
行くぞ。
水球よな。
計略だ。
ぜい。これでいい。
It is time to do it.
それ、はい、それで。沈め。真の貫く。本気で有効か。
What exactly would chaotic good do? Well, the chaotic part means that her actions are somewhat unpredictable, and that she isn't in favor of any sort of strict order or anything like that. And the good part just indicates that she's willing to do more good than harm in the world.
はい、了承それで沈め真を貫け
Chat, no panda bears allowed. Ew, is that a scatterbrain? Gross.
行くぞよ
了
し
承
罠だ
Okay, bye, he says.
うわ
No pandas here? Good. If there were pandas here, I don't know what I'd do.
こういうのどうだ
I'd probably have to ban all of chat.
つまんない連中だな他にやることないの
Every last member.
これでいいはいこの時をそれで沈めオルトリアクター臨界突破我が暗黒の攻防で素粒子に帰るクロスカリバーふっ真を貫く
Well, he's really hoping to get some crits out of his attacks.
気に食わぬ
Oh, I forgot to use that on her. Whoops. I'm a silly Billy.
よし
はい近い
無駄だ
糖分補給の時間ですマスターさんお早く
To the upper levels of the tower. We're almost at the final battle, chat. Are you ready? Don't do it? Do it. Do it. Is it just me, or was that an amalgamation of pure malice?
Shakespeare is a rather classic example of a writer in love with his own work. If you want to insult someone like that, you'd better be prepared for him to hate you forever. Incidentally, Hans Christian Andersen is nothing like that. He's not in love with his own work. Instead, he uses his work to express how he wished the world was. You can see that in the affection that he shows toward Thor. Shakespeare may think highly of you, but only because he thinks you'll inspire great new stories. He dearly loves anything out of the ordinary, be it tragedy or comedy. Whereas Andersen helps you, even reluctantly, because you remind him of the ideals he held while writing his stories back when he was alive. He may hate the world, its people, and even himself, but he can't completely give up what love he still has. Even though they may both be looking at him, at Master, they see very different things. I see. By the way, Da Vinci. Master and the others are about to fight again, so make sure you back them up right away. Oh, right. My bad. Stop slacking off. Free.
Was the Lord Ump really called for? Well, they called her out for it.
帰りたい。
じゃあこういうのどうだ？
I love with what Heroine X Alter when you says when you start the battle, she says, I just want to go home. I want to go home already.
水郷よな。それでほう沈めぜい本気で行こうか。了承。はいはいふっ真の貫く
じゃあこういうのどうだ？
気に食わぬ。行きます行きます。真なる鬼のしかり。それで戻りし2の右腕は怪異となった羅生門大演技。沈め
Slightly less damage than I was expecting.
行きます。この時をはい了承。オルトリアクター臨界突破。我が暗黒の攻防で素粒子に帰る。クロスカリバーくらえ真の貫く。
Man, chat, anyone else really upset how EA has wasted their exclusive rights to Star Wars? Also, anyone else upset that EA had exclusive rights to the Star Wars property?
しかり了承。
Because that's some bullshit on both fronts.
沈め 鬼は倒されるが定め。
Could have been worse? How?
はいはいいいのね。くらえ
They made 2 games in nearly a decade.
最上に近い
Both of
勝利だ。
them sucked.
戦う前に勝つくらいでないとな。
When they go under, they're gonna have to expecting EA to go under. It doesn't matter how awful EA's games are. It doesn't matter if 90% of the stuff they produce is awful, people still buy it. Feels bad, man.
Sorry about that. I guess I got a little carried away. Before he would have... You know what? Never mind. At any rate, according to your coordinates, you're almost at the top floor. I'm detecting servants there too. Please, be careful, Master.
Alright, chat. The top floor. We are here for the final confrontation against Shinjuku Archer. Will we be victorious or will he? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Shinjuku Archer defeated.